All right, RKM legend.
What's
How you
good,
doing?
man? I'm good, man. Blessed, man. Happy to be in LA.
Yeah, all the way out here from Houston.
Definitely. H-Town.
H-Town, Houston. That's where you grew up.
Yes. H-Town, grew up Mo City. Born in Mo City, raised in Ailey, Texas. So those are different, like, everybody that's not from Houston, those like the different neighborhoods in Houston.
Oh, okay. So it's like a different part of Houston, but still Houston.
So it's like California, and you got Long Beach, and then you got, so it's like kind of still California or like Los Angeles, but it's like different subdivisions and, cities within the city.
What was it like for you growing up in Most City?
In Mo City, well, in A-Leaf, it was like definitely a place where, you gotta work hard, you see what I'm saying? And you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. It's not that much opportunity out there, but, you just gotta, hustle. You gotta do what you gotta do, you see what I'm saying? Whether that's working or being in the streets.
Okay. And so what was your family life like at that point?
My family life was, I didn't necessarily have a family. We never really went to grandma's house, never went to, my aunt's house, uncle house. We never had that, it was just me, my mom, my sister, me, my mom, my dad, and my sister, sorry. But, I never had like a typical childhood, couldn't really go places, couldn't really do things like typical kids, 5, 8, 12, 14, it was just listening to music and looking at films every day.
Okay. You'd mentioned that you couldn't go out or anything. How come?
Like I said, my mom's side was the side that stayed in Houston. My dad's side stayed in San Antonio. So because we were in Houston, my mom's side didn't like my dad. And so that kind of caused a friction within us going to see grandma, or going to see aunt, uncles. So we couldn't do it, because my mom didn't want to upset her family. So we just kind of stayed away from them. They stayed away from us. And the kids suffered at the end, And so me and my sister, we suffered because of, something we couldn't control.
So you guys just you just focused on music at this point.
Well, all I remember in that stage of my life, childhood, is just listening to music and watching films over and over and over again. That's all I remember. So growing up, when I was searching for something I wanted to do for the rest of my life, that's the only thing that I have in my memory bank when I was a child. So it became natural. Like I never, when you say rappers, oh, I learned how to rap, or someone taught me, I never was taught how to rap. I never was taught anything about music. I literally was always doing it since I could remember. So I think that's what separates me from, all these other rappers and musicians. This is all I know, it's all I remember growing up.
Okay. What else was going on at school or anything? What was that like for you?
My school, I was a good student. I was more of a very wise student. I always had the mindset of I want to be the best. I wanted to, not on no cocky stuff, but I wanted to be the best. So if someone in the class got a 90 and I got an 80, I'm thinking about how can I get a 92? How can I get a 93? So I was a more, like, I was always a thinker. I'm looking and plotting how I can, be better than the next person. I do it quietly. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of approach the rap game, how I approach the industry, how I approach the music, the movies, and all the other industries that I'm in as well.
Did you have a first job?
Yeah, I had a lot of jobs. I worked at a country club, golf course, Missouri City. I worked at Home Depot. I worked at Best Buy. I worked at Target. I worked at Walmart. I worked, I worked everywhere you can imagine. Anywhere that they giving money out, I worked at that place.
Okay, so you always been hustling.
Always, always. I had to be the man of in the house. You know what I mean? I had to step up and do what a man had to do, you know, before I moved in with my grandparents. But I definitely had to step up.
What were some of your musical influences that you listened to?
Early on, I would say a lot of Michael Jackson, a lot of Tupac, a lot of Biggie, a lot of Temptations, Jackson 5, soul music, you know, music that you have to actually go through to get to understand what it's saying. So now, growing up, that was my influences. Becoming a rapper, I was definitely hands down say Lil Wayne, Drake, Kanye West. Those are my big three. If you was to combine me with a style, I would put them three.
Okay, and what was it about them that made you gravitate towards them?
Wayne is the best metaphor rapper. Just he say things just wow, you know, get you thinking. Drake, great songwriter, structured. You can understand every word that comes out of Drake's mouth. It's not like, and I ain't got no problem with a rapper you can't understand. That's cool too. It's more melody based. But Drake, you can understand everything he's saying, and you know he makes sense. And Kanye West, he's just the best producer in the game. You know, really, to be honest, the best producer ever to ever do this. You know, and I just love his creativity, the way he put sounds together, and it was very attractive to me. You know.
Speaking of Kanye West, what do you think about everything he's doing nowadays?
To be honest, I'm a ride for him. You know, I'm very loyal. If it wasn't for Kanye West, I wouldn't be doing music. If it wasn't for Kanye West, you know, Love Lockdown. That was the first song I really just, you know, to be honest, that's the best song ever. Love Lockdown, you know. I don't know why he's doing the certain things he's doing now. I don't know if I can't speak for that. Maybe he understands what he's doing, but musically, he's the best. You know, all the other stuff he's doing.
If he gets on the ballot, you voting for him?
We can talk about that. We can talk about we'll see. I gotta do some more research. See what he about to, you know, do. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, he had some controversy recently when he did his not a show, but he had
the rally.
A rally. That's right. In North Carolina, right?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Oh. And I love Kanye. I feel that was definitely out of line. You know, my team that I started 2018, LMT, Legendary Music Team, we are definitely for the black community. You know, we help the black community, you know, we set foundations, we give food back. So, you know, we're big. So for him to say that, I think he should have been more specific, just like with the whole slave thing back, you know, when he said that about being free, like a slave had a choice. And I think he just needs to be more specific with what he means. Because if you don't understand something, you're going to take it the wrong way. And I feel like maybe we just taking it the wrong way. You know, he's saying it without really explaining, okay, what do you mean she didn't free the slaves? You know, what do you mean it was a choice? Like, what do you mean? Because if you just say that and stop right there, we're going to be like, that's fucked up, that's wrong, you know? So I think he needs to explain himself a little bit more. He's not stupid, you know? And the thing is, I feel like people would jump into conclusions. Me, I'm thinking, okay, this man is not stupid. Why is he doing it? You know, and so we just got to look at to see why he's doing it. It may be for the president campaign. It could be for a new album he's about to drop, a new song. I don't know. We don't know, but we just got to wait and see.
Yeah, Kanye. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking with those.
Yeah.
With those remarks.
And he definitely know how to stir up some controversy.
He does.
He know how to get us rolling, and with the hat, the MAGA hat, he know how to stir it up. You know, definitely.
So as you're growing up, at what point did you take music seriously?
Seriously, I dabbled in it about 2013, 2016. I got kicked out of Regis University. Came back to Houston because I got kicked out, and I started to get my connections up, and I studied the game. 2016 all the way to 2018, I studied the game, learned everything about the business, learned about what artists, the rush. People, like artists want to rush into situations. You're not supposed to rush. You're supposed to take your time and learn, because you sign a record deal, you don't know exactly what you're getting yourself into until it's too late. So me personally, 2016 was when I really started to take it seriously. And I studied the game, I studied myself, and I plotted what we see now. 2018, I started a team. I don't care who you are or how good you think you are. You cannot do this by yourself. You need a support system. You need somebody to help you. And for me, that was LMT, that was Legendary Music Team. And so 2018 was definitely when I put the foot on the gas pedal. And it's locked on it right now. So we just add another phase of our journey.
You'd mentioned DJ Screw was your cousin, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, how'd you find all that? I mean, you were pretty young when he passed away.
Right.
Right.
All right.
So,
like I told you, when I came back to Houston, I started, studying the game, learning about it. 2018, I'm putting myself out there in the streets, Houston. So I'm talking to people, and I get in contact with a family member, and he see me promoting myself, shaking stuff up in the streets, going to different clubs, promoting myself, promoting my music, and he tell me, hey, you know who you were related to? And I was like, nah, who? And he was like, DJ Screw. On your mom's side of the family, that's family. That's Smithville, Texas. So I'm like, okay, So I talked to my mom, talked to my grandma, and it was true. And once I knew that, it's about legacy now. It's about following in his footsteps. Now it's about taking the torch. It's about, taking the baton and running it all the way home. He can't do it anymore. He's dead. So I took that responsibility up myself, and I got the baton in my hands, and I got to run it now.
So now that you found out he was your cousin, have you went and touched base with like that side of the family, or gotten closer with people who knew him?
A couple. You got to understand, like I said, I never had a childhood. And the reason for that was my mom's side of the family didn't fuck with my dad's side of the family. It was a beef, and there's still a beef going on. So
He was from your dad's side of the family?
No, he was from my mom's side.
He was from your mom's
Right.
side of the family.
So basically my mom's side stayed in Houston. So my mom's side, they're from Smithville, Texas, which is the same place that DJ Screw's from, and his line, his bloodline as well. So because there's so much hatred on my dad, on just my mom being with my dad, there's people that may not accept me because of my dad, because of my mom's decision to be with my dad. So it's a lot of people that, you know, I mean, if they embrace me, great. If they don't, fuck them. And that's just what it is. But I'm doing this with good intentions. I'm not doing it with evil intentions. But I have spoke to a couple people in there. Some people I haven't spoke with. No disrespect, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, family could be the greatest thing, or family could be the worst thing. So that's just how it is with that shit.
Have you seen the videos about DJ Screw recently going around the internet? The white girls that have recently they discovered him, but I don't know, they thought it was something else or something like that?
Yeah, I definitely had a interview about that recently. Went to another interview, and we talked about it. And I'm gonna tell you what I told him. Don't speak about something that you don't know. If I'm not good in algebra, I'm not gonna be online making videos about, oh, this is how you do this equation. You know, she just spoke out of pocket. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, you offended a lot of people, you know, and I don't put age in that. Do your research. You know, you on a platform where you can touch millions of people. And no disrespect to Lil Uzi and whoever that other guy she said, but, you know, DJ Screw created chopped and screwed slow music, you know, and it wasn't just about slowing the music down. It was a ritual. You know, in Houston we drink lean. You know, he drank lean. You know, that's what killed him. You know, when you drink lean, everything slows down. You don't want to really do anything. So the music sound different when you're on this drink. It makes everything slow, which is why we like to hear our music slow down, you know. And that's how I learned how to sing, by listening to music at a slower tempo, at a slower speed. So for her, I don't think she understands exactly what she did. She may have been playing. I hope she's playing, but she deserved to owe me an apology. And everybody in my city, Houston, Texas, my family, we deserve an apology, and we still waiting for it.
Being that DJ Screw is your cousin, do you plan on doing Chopped and Screwed or bringing it back or doing anything with that?
You know, we plotting. You know, I'm always plotting. I'm thinking about, you know, returning the great tapes. You know, and a lot of people don't know who that is. Those were tapes that DJ Screw used to make and pass around the hood. You know, he'll make them tapes for the hood, and they'll be bumping it. You know, the music is slowed, and so I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to, you know, Return of the Great Tapes. You know?
What were they called?
They was called Great Tapes.
Great Tapes.
Gray, no, like the color gray.
Gray Tapes.
Great Tapes. So I'm definitely going to bring that back, and it's going to be exciting, you know, and it's going to be, you know.
When was DJ Screw doing that? That was in the 90s?
90s. Yeah, he had the whole 90s sold up when Pac was alive, Biggie was alive. Yeah, he definitely was. You couldn't drive in Houston without hearing one of those tapes. So, you know, and it sparked up a city beef within the north side of Houston and the south side of Houston, you know, because the SUC is the Screwed Up Clique, which was on the south side of Houston, Texas. The north side of Houston, and let me just explain for y'all, Houston is so large and so big that you can stay on one side forever and never go to the other side. South side is so huge. It's like almost an hour and a half to drive to the north side from Houston, from south side. South side So it's just like, yeah, it's a drive. It's like a vacation, to be honest. So the north side didn't have anybody like Screw. So they, they did their own thing, the Swisher House and everything like that. So, and that's why the beef started in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Oh, there was beef between the North and the South.
Definitely. A lot of people died. I know they're doing a film on Screw as well. And I saw the trailer. It looks nice. I'm excited about that. I just hope that they do the story right and not just for clicks and money. You know what I mean? Hope they do it right.
Okay. What was the beef over? Just basic hood, north south type of thing? Was it music involved at that time?
Music and street shit. Basically, and this is the facts. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. Basically, the South always portrayed the North as being run down, raggedy. They ain't got no style. So the North will go to the South and, break into cars, things like that. And the South, of course, is going to retaliate. Back in them days, you couldn't, if you from the North Side, you're not coming to the South. And if you is, you sneaking. And then vice versa. If you from the South, you ain't going to the North. If you are, you sneaking. So the big club events in Houston, you got everyone's coming together. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a fight, and so it just divided the city. It really divided the city back then.
So you have a whole team around you.
Definitely.
Can
Family.
you talk to me about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I started my team 2018. LMT stands for Legendary Music Team. Everybody that's on the team does more than one thing. Like for me, I'm a rapper, I'm an actor. I design my own shoes, design my own clothing brand. I'm an author. So I do a lot of things, not just one thing. I teach my team members that nothing is promised but death. And you have to live every day like it's your last, because it could be. So in this industry, we're not just worrying about the music. Now, of course, the music is the forefront because I love music and this is the primary thing of us. But we want to be in all the industries. As being black men in this society, we want to show another example. We want to inspire other black communities, other black organizations, other black groups, other black teams that, hey, we did it, you can do it too. Sometimes you just need to see somebody do something to get that inspiration to do it. And so we want to have that inspiration. We want to set a good example. When I say good example, I don't mean lying to people. I mean telling the truth. Sometimes, selling drugs, that's a way that we make, not us, I'm just talking about, my people in general. Sometimes that's the way that we gotta, live, to get what we need to get. Is it bad? Is it wrong? Only God can judge. Now that's definitely not the goal to stay. The goal to stay is, generational wealth. And we gotta teach generational wealth. And the only way to teach that is you gotta find out what you wanna do in your life and you need to expand on that. Not just do something don't get me wrong, a 9 to 5 is cool, but that's not gonna generate generational wealth, working a 9 to 5. We need ownership. And so for us, we coming in not just with the music, but with the movies, with the books, with everything. And we taking over the whole industry, yeah.
Okay, what are your future plans? You got any albums or anything dropping?
Yeah, so I got a album called Sub-Zero, dropping October 31st, 2020. Basically, that album is about, I was in a very fucked up relationship for 5 years. And when you love someone and they do you dirty, it hurts. And like Kanye West, 808s and Heartbreak, that combined with just not giving a fuck. If I want to say you are full of shit, I'm going to say it. That whole album is just my pain, expressing how I felt about that situation when I was with that girl, So I encourage everyone to get it. The leading single is going to be called Suicidal Thoughts. I was in a situation where I wanted to kill myself. That's how deep that situation was. I was really in love. So definitely. I have some singles that's dropping August 27th, called Famous, featuring me, Beast Too Saucy, H2O, Sauce, Davion. Those are my team members and everything. So that's going to drop, music video drop August 27th. And I got a Raw Wave singing cover that's dropping, music video 27 as well. So I got 2 video dropping. So I'm just excited. I got a lot of stuff cooking on the way. And just want to let the industry know that we here. And we're not taking nothing back. We coming in and we staying. Definitely. Music career?
I think that's what we were just.
Or no, not music career, I mean movie career.
Well, we actually just got done with a film. Yeah, my first
video or a movie?
a real like official film. I directed it, I produced it, I wrote it. We had actors and actresses, auditions, and they did a great job. They all got paid. So I'm thinking about dropping that the same day as my album, October 31st. It's a scary film, but it got a lot of truth in it, too. So, yeah, so I definitely just want to be as honest as possible in everything I do. I want to be honest and tell the truth. I feel like a lot of people is living a lie. And sometimes when you live a lie, you can start believing that lie that you're living. You can pretend to be somebody for so long until you wake up one day and you think you really is this person that you've been pretending. And, for me, I want to be 100% real, always.
All right, so I hear you recently wrote a book.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to Tell If Your Man Is Cheating. I wrote that book. My bodyguard just recently had a baby girl, and before that, we was just in the studio talking, and I'm a man, and I know how these guys is, and if I had a daughter, I didn't want my daughter to kind of get done the way that I did other women. So I wrote a book where I told her the game. I told her what guys look for. And in return, it can not only help her, but it can help every woman. And I definitely encourage every woman to get this book. It's on my website, rkmlegend.net. And if you're a woman and you care about the success of your relationship, I definitely would encourage you to get it. Now it's a lot of truth in this. This ain't no bullshit book. It's not long either. It's straight to the point, So I definitely encourage younger women in high school to get it, to be prepared for what's about to happen, because these situations that's in my book will happen, and you need to be ready. You need to be prepared. You need to know what pre-cheating is. You need to know what he's thinking. You need to know if he really loves you. You know, you need to know these things. If you are in a relationship or about to get married or even is married, you need to know, okay, is he doing work like he say he is? Is he at work like he say he is? Is he talking to a woman? Why is he acting like this? You know, a woman doesn't know these things because women do not think like a man, and a man don't think like a woman. So we need to bridge the gap, and this book bridges the gap.
All right. Well, man, you sound busy.
Very
Getting it
busy.
in.
Yeah.
Books, movies,
Everything.
music. That's what's up.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, you know, I wish you the best. Hopefully everything works out for you.
I appreciate
You know,
that.
I know you said you shot a music video.
Yeah.
Last night.
LA. Yeah. No sleep. I ain't get no sleep. Like, we ain't get no sleep. So.
That's how it is out here.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I love LA. I love LA. We went to Melrose.
Oh, okay.
Melrose and Fairfax. Yeah, we went down there. Crazy.
Yeah, party.
Up by the Staples Center.
Yeah. It was crazy. So, you know, if we got time, we may go back. If we got enough time, before we leave back
definitely.
to Houston. Yeah. But,
Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
no problem.
You know,
Anytime. Definitely. Anytime.
definitely, man. And you know, like I said, I wish you the best, man.
I appreciate that, man.
All right, man.